guys doing? I hope you're okay? It's Tuesday, and we're continuing with the conversation that we started last week, where ile moto ilikuwa kwa studio, tukasema that space is not enough. Wacha tukahame. Let's find a bigger space.
And it's open. It's open to you as well. It's open to you as well to just be part of this conversation. And it's simple. What happened to the titles? Kuna mtu nimeuliza what are we, akasema we are good.
We are good. Yeah, we are good. We are good. Did you feel that's like the most commonest answer people give?
Yeah.
Like, what are we? I mean, we're okay.
We're okay.
I
mean, we're okay.
We love each other.
No. I mean, like, what are we?
We are good.
We are children of God.
And poverty is the enemy. Everything else, we're together. Yes, we started with our conversation last week. It was very heated, and the conversation was all about titles. And are we moving away from titles? Should we be moving away from titles? And what exactly does that leave? I mean, does that leave room for infidelity? Because if we've not clearly defined who we are and what we're doing, then what does that mean to us as a people in this thing we call our relationship? Because now I'm like, do we even call it a relationship?
And there were very interesting things that came up. It was everything has a title.
Yes.
Came up. It also came up that you can choose not to give things title that everybody has called a title. This could be a table according to us.
But I can decide not to call it a table.
Yeah, a glass thingy. That's a title as well.
That's a title. That's the title. So that is where the bone of contention was. The fact that you choose not to label something doesn't mean that then it's not there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's a lot. It is a lot. But we're continuing with the same conversation today. You know, the guests that some of them who were here last week are here. And Sasa to introduce other ones. To want to see the, you know, fresh perspective.
It's important because when we thought all Gen Zs were the same, no. There's someone we had on the show, Brian, who was like totally different. And we have a question for you today.
Yes.
Question ya leo ni gani wewe?
Swali ni, what is one sign that a relationship is moving forward? What is that one sign? Like, how do you know? Like, do you feel it in your bones? Is it instinct that is telling you, by the way, we're moving in the right direction?
Yes.
Or maybe are there things that you see, maybe they've introduced you to their friends, to the sister, to the family. You know, like, what is that? What is that one sign? I thought I read a sign. Hey, the sign was wrong.
There was no sign.
There was. The sign was there. It was the wrong side.
Okay.
It was the wrong side. So how do you know? Okay, what is that one side that a relationship is moving forward is what we're asking you today at NTV Kenya across all board on our digital platforms as well as on our WhatsApp number. I'm curious. I'm curious to hear what people have to say on the side.
Yeah. Me too. And how this conversation morphs.
Yes.
And joining us from last week's conversation.
Yes.
We have the two Gen Zs that were with us last week, introducing Gen Z content creator, podcaster, Zuhura Jepkoech Bilal. Welcome to the show. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling amazing.
Yeah.
So nice.
Yeah.
Whether imekuwa hivi, venye hizo relationships ziko, lakini we are good. Lakini we are good.
I'm curious to even find out how it was for you after the show.
Yes.
Like,
After the show.
After the show, what conversations happened, but we'll get to that in a bit. Let's introduce our next Gen Z in the building. Kama last week nilishinda kusema jina ya pili. Nimekuwa nikirihasi wiki lakini nakutrust.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us today on the conversation, we have Brian Krakowski.
Yay!
I love that you said it in a capital. You started with a capital letter.
With a capital letter. Filmmaker as well, from Crisp Vision Films. Lakini ni Gen Z. Okay, how are you doing? How are you feeling today?
I'm good. I'm really good.
I'm also curious to hear how your week has been, because hey, wewe uliambiwa hapa wewe utalia kama hii ndio generation yetu tuko nayo, and you still hold the things that you hold. Utalia sana, but we'll find out. Okay, we'll find out as we continue with the conversation. Okay,
sure.
And the waliwasha moto sana last week, but it is well. Okay, and then next to Brian,
yes,
we have
Wewe. President. Human. Analetanga sanity to our conversation. Calls you to order. Miriam Mwangi, counseling psychologist, relationship coach, all of that put together. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you very much.
Good to see you.
And now that we're not, we're taking, titles have become fluid.
Yes.
Sasa mimi muniita Gen Z, nimekaa katikati yao.
You have decided women is Gen Z. You have decided women is Gen Z. It's so good to see you, Miriam. We missed you last week. We missed you last week.
Yeah.
Okay. Sasa upande wa pili wa studio.
Yes. Upande huo mwingine. Tuko na none other than la Presidente himself. Amesema this week amekuja together. Last week kidogo hivi. Karibu zilikuwa ngumu. Lakini anasema now, today, they are not ready. President Atheist in Kenya Society, Harrison Mumia. Always lovely to have you on the show.
Yeah, I'm really great. I'm really happy to be here. And I think from last week, I'm looking forward to this conversation.
Yes.
I reflected a lot on the issue of titles.
Okay. Yes.
And I'm looking forward to sharing my views today in a more balanced and...
Last week,
last week, but I'm like... But today, I think... and I'm happy that we are actually a bigger quorum here.
Yes.
So looking forward to this very, very important conversation.
Yeah. Okay. I'm also curious about your views today. Because last week, alisema nilikuwa na points.
Yes.
Uliziandika chini?
Yeah, I went and reflected the whole week. I was like, Leo, wacha kwanza ni.
Okay, Mumia, it's good to see you as well. Karibu sana, to the conversation. And we also have Carol. Ngoja kwanza acha nikuwe nice and say karibu sana, okay? We have Carol Mwende, who is a youth mentor, joining us on the conversation this morning. I was about to say, ulienda wapi?
Yes.
Because it's been a minute.
It's been a minute. We have missed you on the show.
Yes.
I miss you guys as well. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Ni mengi, but we are here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
The girl has been busy.
Yeah.
Booked and busy.
Booked and busy.
No, it's really good to see you. Karibu sana.
Yeah.
Karibu sana, Carol. And we also have an audience, in case you've not noticed. We have an audience today. So Karibuni sana, to the conversation. It's really good to see you guys. I'm curious to hear from them, how they're feeling about this whole thing, about titles. Should we even have titles in the first place? Let's hear from you guys. Because, umeona face yake? Like, what are those? What are those?
Like,
tukupatie microphone.
Tukupatie microphone. Do the thing.
Okay. Titles, yes or no?
And you can start with your name.
Yes.
I'm Douglas Kalawa.
Yes.
I'm from Meru.
Yes.
I'm a surviving citizen, unemployed journalist, and I'm flowing with life.
We
just living. A lot has happened, but we're waiting for next year.
Okay.
Yeah, if you know, you know.
Okay.
Now is all about titles.
Yes.
I feel titles comes with expectations.
Okay.
And a lot of pressure.
Okay.
Which we don't want pressure. We as Gen Z, we're not like people from 1990s and beyond. I'm sorry to say. The problem is when, let's say, for example, in a relationship, when you're given a title of a boyfriend,
okay,
your girlfriend and the lady wants you to act like more like a boyfriend. You have to be there. You have to do this. You have to do this. You have to post to me. You have to call me each and every time. You have to text me. Good night. Good morning. We don't have time for those things. We have time for other things. If you are a girlfriend, your boyfriend is expecting you to come and clean the house, clean clothes, do other things. And you feel that we don't want that. We want a freedom. Because tell me why I should be grounded and be given those titles while I can get whatever I want and whatever that can make me get to that title. Well, I don't have the title. For example, if there's something we're calling situationship and we're just flowing with the vibe.
Yes.
That is the same thing as when you boyfriend and girlfriend, but there is no titles. You do whatever you want. I meet you whenever I want to meet you. You see me whenever you want to see me. Now, the problem with the titles, like, for example, let's give a CEO title.
Okay.
You see, when I become a CEO, the world, community, society, it expects me to move like a CEO, not me. So now, you see, the title takes away my life. because I don't. I want to be Dante.
Takes
I
away
want to be
your
Douglas. I'll be a CEO, which
Okay.
is very bad. We want freedom. We want to be free, and we want to do what we want.
Okay.
And the title of husband and wife, we have Gen Z. We're doing what we want because we have seen failed things. Like we're living because we have seen things happening. We don't want titles. I can have a lady. We have a kid and. Someone can live different. I can live in my house. I can do whatever I want. I can go out and party the whole weekend, and then I come back on Monday. I give my kid money, and I give my
Whoever.
everything. And if I want to spend a week with my kid, and I can take my kid and go to Diani with someone else, or just say like we want freedom. We want to be happy. Because the problem is with millennials, people, they were not happy because they were living for the society. They were not living for themselves. You was living for the society because they wanted to say, okay, our society says, oh, I can't get out to dress like this because people will say this and this. We don't care. We don't care about that.
Yeah.
You talk, you do whatever you want. Me, as long as I'm happy, that's my world. That's myself. You can go and do whatever you want. Now that's the problem, and that's the difference between us and them. You see?
Yes.
And the best world to live is our world without titles. Titles are overrated because, let's say, for example, giving this thing a title, Mike or whatever, but as long as you know the usage of this thing, you don't have to give it titles. Or titles for what?
Okay. I hear you.
I think that was a really good
I see
place
his
to
reaction.
start
Yes.
the show from.
Yes.
Because there's so many things that come
Nuances.
up from the comment that it's important that we understand,
Yes.
like really, then what.
Yes. Yeah.
But yeah, so there was another.
His face.
Okay.
His face said a lot of things
Without saying a
without
word.
saying a word. Yeah. Let's hear from you.
So hi, good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Moremi. I'm an entrepreneur.
Okay.
I sell nauzanga mitumba Gikomba and Githurai, and I'm also an activist and a student. So about the topic today, I don't think we can live in a world without titles. Let me use his example. You said that we should not label this thing, right?
Yes.
So now, what if I want to pass this thing to her? Will we start pointing around like madmen? Because we've not given it a title. We need titles in this world. I think the thing that most of the people from my generation are lacking is responsibility. We are not ready to be responsible.
Okay.
That is the thing. You do not want to be somebody's boyfriend because you do not want to be responsible for that person. And it's okay. You don't have to do it. It's not like it's unlike millennials and the older generations where they were being told, at this moment, I think my dad and my mom have both called me and unaleta mtu nyumbani lini. And I'm wondering, I'm almost starving in the city and you want me to bring somebody, nimpeleke wapi?
Yeah.
So I think that is the thing. Before marrying was kind of a big deal, and having titles and all that was a big deal. But at the moment, I believe that who you are as a person is what actually matters.
Okay.
There's someone who once told me, why are you in a hurry to marry? Because you're only around 26, right? Okay. So if you marry at 26, how old have you been an adult? Since you are 18 to 26, that's just 8 years.
Yes.
And that is a decision that is going to affect you for over 50 years.
Life, yes.
So why are you in a hurry?
Okay.
So relax until you're 40, 50, then marry.
Niko na swali, Winnie.
Go.
Is it then that the titles we don't want are the ones that are tying me to a person? The titles I don't want is boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife.
Okay.
So we can still call this a table, guys. Tupatiane titles za vitu zingine. Alafu tuseme titles za tutaki ni hizo za relationships. Is that what we're saying?
No, okay. He's like, no.
Yes, you can.
Yes.
You can changia as you pass on the mic.
Yes.
I think the titles are necessary.
Okay.
It's just that you don't have to be my girlfriend. We can be friends with. Am I allowed to say that?
Link situationships.
Yes, we can have a situationship. Yes, where
The
it's not.
situationship is a title
Is
in
a title.
itself.
What?
Situationship.
Oh yes,
You
it's
say
a title.
We're
in
not
itself.
girlfriend, boyfriend.
Yes, but
we are in a situationship.
yes, it's just that
the situationship itself is.
the rules are different in that from boyfriend and girlfriend.
Okay.
It's a little freer. I can have other situationships.
Okay.
But I can't have 5 girlfriends at once.
Ooh.
Yes.
Something else just came up. Zuhura ameinua mikono kweli.
Interesting. Okay.
The thing here is we don't want proper titles.
Okay.
You see, the one that you are my wife, you are my girlfriend, you are my this, and this.
Yeah.
That is what we don't want. Because tumesema last week tulikubaliana that everything has a title.
Yes.
So hatuwezi sema tena we don't want titles because everything has a title.
Okay.
So we don't want like a proper, okay, it might be proper to someone else, but we don't want the one that society inataka kutu fix into it.
What is the proper or improper in the proper?
Okay, so
It does.
so the proper one is the one unataka nikwe girlfriend yako na nikwe committed to you, but the improper is the one that I want to be in a situationship but still have my own freedom. You see, hiyo yenye sasa society inaona ni kama it is a bad thing. Unaona? But ile yenye you are my wife, you are my husband, that's a lot. But you can have the rest which the society we mwenyewe unaweza choose, but not the one you are fixated to.
All right. So what I hear is it's not more so on the title, but the responsibility that the title comes with. Okay.
Miriam,
Hi, Miriam.
Hi.
Yes.
Interesting conversation.
Yeah.
But let me just throw it out there. It's not titles we don't want. It's the responsibility.
The responsibility.
You know?
Yes.
Let me tell you, what people actually, the title that people have come up with is ambiguity. That in itself is a title. People want ambiguity.
Okay.
Now, ambiguity is a big animal because what it does is the person who wants ambiguity is a person who is putting the least investment in whatever they want to call it, situationship, friends of benefit, whatever. There's always that one person who puts the least investment, and there will still be someone who is putting in some investment. And that person ends up being wounded. Whether or not we are giving it titles, whether or not we are saying we are just meeting to do whatever it is that we are doing, there'll always be, and I've said it here before, there'll always be a person who has a different intentionality in that quote-unquote relationship, situationship, friends of benefit. So I'm not saying that any is wrong. I'm just saying that there's always going to be a different intentionality from the two different people. But as much as we're here saying that, you know, Zuhura has correctly said it. You agreed last time that titles will always exist. But the big thing that I'm hearing coming across is the fact that people don't want responsibilities to be pinned on them. The minute you become a boyfriend, the minute you become a girlfriend, responsibilities
some sort of
change.
expectation too.
The minute you become a husband, the minute you become a wife, a father, you know, responsibilities have come on to you. But one thing I want to say, the thing they're saying is, lack of responsibility brings freedom. But lack of responsibility does not bring freedom. It brings uncertainty. It brings uncertainty, not freedom.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can have the gentleman. And then we'll have Brian after that.
Morning.
Good morning.
I'm Brian. So,
Brian.
Yes.
Hey, Brian.
Mliambiana.
I'm Brian Odhiambo.
Yes.
So before someone become a leader or given a responsibility, are you qualified to be that thing or that name? For example, I want to call myself that I'm a boyfriend. Am I qualified?
What is the job description of being a boyfriend?
Yes.
Nianzie tu hapo.
Am I qualified?
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So, for example, let me say that I'm admiring you. That, hey, you see those couples, one day, I'll be like them. But are you working? Trust that. For example, you are a boss. You know, you can be a boss, but you have no qualification of being a boss.
Okay.
You have no characteristics.
Yeah.
You just dictate. You are not a leader. So what I can say, leadership, not leadership. Let me. Titles will be there. We accept that.
Yeah.
But before you want to become that, to admire that that title, you have to try your best. Am I going to be I'm going to qualify for this?
Or not.
For example, I want to say that now I want to date. I'm not dating, or I'm dating. I want to date now. Who do I want? Nataka nini?
Okay.
Admire your life first. Then enter into that. Then grab that title.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Interesting. I mean, I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
It's to the break, and then we come back. I'll try to explain because I hear what he's saying.
Yeah.
In terms of you want to be saying someone something, okay?
Yes.
But then again, do you have what it takes to be that? I think that is what he's saying. So it's more about looking inwards than looking.
Outwards.
Yeah.
So you know,
looking outwards.
you know,
yes.
do I want the responsibility
Yes.
that comes with that?
Yes.
But,
Yeah.
you know, I know we had a few hands up as well. And Brian, I know you're coming up. We have our other panelists who are cooperative on a marinate.
Yes.
On a marinate, kweli. But we've got to pay our bills. We've got to pay our bills.
Yes.
So swali la leo.
Kevin, what is that one thing? God, wait, I remembered. Yes, what is one sign that a relationship is moving forward? Yes. Okay. We'll find out after the break. Do stay with us, but also the conversation continues. Kuna watu wanawashwa hapa hata kama katunga na mkapa wa kiti. Watch out when the break and then we'll be right back with more. Stay with us. The show is your world. Welcome back to the show. Let me tell you, there's a whole show happening behind the scenes, but glad you're still with us. Just in case you're tuning in today for the very first time and you're wondering, sasa mnongea juu ya nini leo on Relationship Tuesday? Let me tell you, tuliwasha moto last week. Na tukasema, hiyo moto wacha tusiache tu hivyo. We must finish the conversation. And we're continuing with the same this morning. And we're taking sort of like slightly different, because last week was the generation that does not want the title.
Yes.
And what are we? And are we, you know?
Yes.
The same question Kelly was asking when you started the show. But it is, we want to continue with the same, but then understand. So the generation that does not want titles, so we're saying, if we don't define it, where is it going? And does it leave room for infidelity? Because again, the consensus, okay, not consensus, but a lot of people are saying, we want our freedom. We do not want to be tied to one person just because, okay? So then if we say, fine, no titles, let's just go with the flow.
Then what is this flow? Then the question of the day, because it's asking exactly that.
Yeah.
It's asking what's the one sign you can tell your relationship is genuinely moving forward.
Yeah.
And is forward where we want to go.
In the first place.
Yes. Are we moving
We want to
anywhere,
go
guys?
sideways.
Are we having fun?
Yeah.
We are
going with the flow. We're going with the flow.
Way. Okay. We had a couple of comments.
Yes.
And I know, Brian, we held you back just before the break, but the mic is yours now.
So I'm loving this conversation already. There's something that I'd like to push back just a little and gently. Generations exist as gradients, not as single entities. Hear me out. Someone who's born between 96 and 2000, they have a lot more in common than someone who's born between 2005 and 2008. So this Gen Z millennial bashing, I feel like it's in a lot of ways baseless, because these people are more or less similar. There's a very, very thin transition when it comes to that, even with regard to mindsets. A Gen Z who was born in 97 is very, very similar to someone who was born in 1992. I need that to be put on record. Secondly, I think one thing that is coming up in regard to this conversation is freedom. I'm going to say that freedom is baseless without constraint. Think about a river or a bridge. There's a reason why bridges have those guardrails, all right? Otherwise, all cars will fall in the water. Even a river, there's something solid to guide the water.
Yes.
Otherwise, the water will scatter across.
Yeah.
So freedom is only meaningful when there is constraint. Otherwise, it loses purpose. So even with this freedom that is the overlapping thing that is talked about mostly, you want freedom, but where exactly is that freedom leading you to? You won't be having anything in the grand scheme of things. Another thing that I want to point out is when we're talking about titles now, title is a function of roles, all right? My name is Brian. Brian is a name that is attributed to a man.
Yes.
I am male, all right? There are things that are expected of me as a man. Yes. So anywhere where there is a role, a title invariably will be there.
Yeah.
You might choose not to give it like a noun or something, but it's the role that actually attributes a title.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I hear that. I'm curious. Sorry, I'm curious about, because again, the whole question about freedom and whatnot, and you said last week that you want something that is more structured, more defined, more, you know. So is there a moment where you feel, So me being someone's boyfriend ties me down because there's that expectation, like you said, the title comes with responsibilities, and those responsibilities sort of like they're given, right? So are there instances where you felt, I mean, I like you, I want to be your boyfriend, but also I feel constrained because there are things you cannot do because you've already committed to someone? Have you felt that maybe at some point?
Okay, now it's I don't know if I got your question right, but again, I feel like it's a title that changes. For example, if I'm with someone, we like each other, until we come to an agreement, there's a different title for that. We are in a platonic relationship. But when you now cross over to the other side of the boundary, then the title changes because the roles also change. Yes.
Interesting.
Okay. Let's get to our panelists on this other side of the studio. And I'm happy that Carol is here because akikuja anakuanga yeye ndio activist wa youth, anakujanga hapa ku represent. So I don't know if you are there with them today or you have a different opinion, but just looking at everything that has come up, because the thing that is coming up is responsibility.
Yes.
Responsibility is what we're running away from, and titles are there.
Yeah.
Clearly they're there. Either we are friends, we are platonic, we are situationship, we married. The title is there, but the responsibility is what is making us not want the titles. What do you have to say about that, especially Mumia, because ulianza na sisi last week?
So there is a question of identities. I mean, labels. What are we in?
Yeah.
I think today I have to agree that we need, for us to make sense of what is happening, there has to be a name to it. There has to be an identity
to it.
But then the question is, what does the identity mean? So if I say, today I'm dating you, what does that mean? Does it mean that now, so we're going to be faithful? If I call you my girlfriend today, does it now set us up for now a certain way we are going to relate? So I think for me, that meaning is more important than the name itself, because what we are, and again, what we are going to assign meaning to that label, again, is a spectrum. Because as we now say, you're my girlfriend, I'm your boyfriend, then we begin to have, we don't need to even say what it means, because these meanings have been there over time. I think like most of us, this sort of unspoken. So we all know, for example, now I need to be faithful to you. It comes with a certain unspoken, kind of thing, because these meanings we've been able to understand them over time. What does it mean to be a girlfriend? What does it mean to be a boyfriend, husband, wife, and so on? But the thing is, the meaning can also, the meaning itself falls within a spectrum. So how the relationship evolves is another issue. So today, I'm faithful to you. In about 5 years, things have started changing. Maybe there's something you don't like about me. There's something I don't like about you. So that meaning then becomes a spectrum. And that spectrum is what I'm saying, it keeps changing. It keeps fluctuating, Me calling you my girlfriend and you calling me your boyfriend does not mean that the meaning will remain the same. It will keep changing, and that spectrum could as well lead to the end of the label, and that could now mean in 1 year I could say you're no longer my girlfriend, I'm no longer your boyfriend. Because within that spectrum, it has gone overboard. It's no longer making meaning between me and you. And that is why for me, relationships have a meaning. And that meaning for me has a spectrum. And that spectrum is what keeps fluctuating. And that's why you see a lot of relationships. For me, whether you label it or not, to me, the bigger question is, what does it mean
between the two
between
of us?
me and us?
So are you saying that in every relationship that you create, whatever level of relationship it is, that we should then define the meaning at that point and stop assuming what we were told as little girls, what we saw in Cinderella, what we saw our parents do, is we should not take that as Bible truth?
Exactly. I think
saying that to Mumia is a bit weird. But you know what I mean?
Yes. I think defining it helps. It actually helps so that people know some sort of boundaries. But the reality is, most of the time people get into relationships and they don't define everything. And this leads to a lot of chaos in the sense that you wake up one morning and you realize that the meaning you assigned and the meaning that person had, you are on different pages. And that is why for me, every day, and that's why I'm saying meaning changes. Every day, I think, is a day for potential change, chaos in relationships. So I think it is good to say that it is important to have identities.
Okay.
It is good to sit down and agree that I told you you're gorgeous, right?
Yes, you did.
Which you are.
Thank you.
And so now you're my girlfriend, I'm your boyfriend.
Alas,
yeah.
just like that.
But the thing is, what does it mean? And over time, we should be able to be open to those dynamics that we might not be ready for, that could take place within the concept of the spectrum of the meaning of what we are trying to do.
Science.
Mathematics. The math is mathing, but also not. In terms of, so then are you saying instead of assuming that boyfriend, the title, the responsibilities that come with it, and girlfriend, the responsibility, instead of assuming that since you're my boyfriend, there's the expectation and the responsibilities, define what exactly that is for you too. So the part that is not mathing is there. Are we saying what you were saying last week, the both of you, that it's not what are we, it's what are we doing?
Yes, what are we doing? Okay. And also I'm preparing those who enter into this what are we doing, that it could be, are we doing what we were supposed to do?
Or have we not?
Have we been doing it?
Okay, so maybe then we need to find out what is it that we don't want in those spaces. What is it, you as a person? I don't want to be called all the time. I don't want to I don't want to be available all the time. Is that what we're saying? Okay. And then we'll come to you, Carol.
I'm Brenda. Actually, Mwekali, I feel what they don't want is accountability. Simple.
Okay.
Hataki kuuliza umetoka wapi, why were you there?
Yeah.
Simple mathematics. And one thing, you will never erase title from your life. Being a human being that's already a title. Ushapewa title, you're a human being. My friend here was saying that hataki kupewa title ya boyfriend, but being a father, that's a title. Girlfriend anaweza kutoka ama umtoke, but that kid in your life, you'll always be a father whether you like it or not. So, by the way, I feel attacked. Sijui kama kuna millennial mwingine na feel attacked hapa. And I feel so much attacked now, I say, because hatujachana sana the way Bran has said.
Yeah.
Our mindset and Gen Z's mindset ni kitu moja because we are in the same generation. But I feel like millennials are more responsible. I know he's banning.
Not just him.
Yeah, they are banning. Actually, we are more responsible and we accept facts. Our kitu wataki ni ku accept facts.
Okay.
They want to go to road trips, but nisikuulize mbona ulienda bila kusema. Ataki kukuja na diaper na ataki nimuulize why didn't you buy this and this.
Okay.
Simple mathematics.
Okay. Simple mathematics. Okay.
Carol, do you want to respond first? Tuache kwanza Miriam.
Okay.
Miriam, okay.
Just to answer Brenda, it's true we are almost similar. But one thing I want to bring in is that Gen Zs and millennials had different parents. That's where the difference is. We had different parents.
Okay.
I don't know about most, but I'll just say that millennials as children were there to be seen and not to be heard. The difference I have seen with Gen Zs is that they're there to be seen, and whether or not you want to hear them, you will hear them.
Yes.
That's the difference. So they've been given the freedom of being themselves, choosing who they want to be in terms of careers, in terms of identity, in terms of where they were going. For us millennials, we may not have been very lucky in that aspect. You know, you come up in the morning and tell your parent, I have decided I want to be a musician. The next thing you've been put in an accounting class and you always had D in maths. That's how it went, right? So you didn't have much of a choice. But that said, I want to concur with what Mumia said. about identities and about ascribing meanings. I have always said the difference between any relationship or whatever it is you're going to call it is the intentionality that comes with it. And I will always say that when these two people are coming, and that's what ascribing meaning is. You're ascribing meaning by intentions. When two people come together, right, even if it's that platonic relationship, you may know you're in a platonic relationship, but the other one knows, me, I'm in waiting. I am in waiting for a relationship. You're like, no, but this is my pal, right? So what are the intentions when the two of you are coming together? That is the only time when you elaborately describe what the intention is that you're going to ascribe meaning to it. Because you cannot ascribe meaning to something that has no intentionality. What are we ascribing meaning to? If we are friends of benefit, okay, these rules of engagement, but you have already come with the intention, friends of benefit. So what are the rules that apply to friends of benefit and situationships? Boyfriend, girlfriend, what are those rules, right? So you're ascribing meaning to something that has intentionality as the foundation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Wacha nkusho. Wacha tukasome feedback. Tupumue kidogo. Okay. All right. So there's what I have here. This one says responsibility versus accountability. Snaky links, situationships, and friends with benefits. All these are zero expectations, which equals zero accountability.
All right. On WhatsApp, wanasema,
yes.
Hey guys, I blame us parents. We raised these children in toxicity and now they're wounded. It doesn't make sense where they don't want titles and the way they're explaining why it's sad. They need to heal. Let's normalize raising kids in peaceful homes, hata kama ni single parenthood. Titles can work for men, but women tusijidanganye. And I wanted to ask this as well. Do you feel like the people who want more freedom are guys? Or is it just, I don't know. Is there agenda that probably feels more like, we have a hand there? Do you have a microphone?
Okay.
Let's get your microphone.
So yeah, my name is Wangari. On this aspect, mostly, it's the men. I'm sorry to say, they may seem or they are selfish in nature. Hakuna mwanamke atakubali kudate mtu hataki commit kwake. And if I commit to you as a woman, I know obviously you are expecting wifely duties from me. You know what I mean. But you don't want to take care of me. That can never work. So the selfish aspect comes there. Haya, unasema unataka iyo, like they are just delusional for the Gen Zs. Ni kukataa responsibility in one way or the other. You want me to be, hata you unasema friends with benefits. What are you benefiting from me? In one way or the other, identity, it's my body and my time. You get me? But now, when it comes to you, now if I have maybe a kid, you don't want maybe to take care of it because unasema tuko civilized and you can take care of that. Iyo inaitwa nini na huyu nani? Hiyo gender picket. Ujada ile ya hiyo, like you expect it's the situationship. Yes. It's so much on the men. They shouldn't. And they don't want. Thank you. You want to entangle. You want to have the wifely. You want to access everything that I have. You want to be with me like maybe a trophy girlfriend. You want to see me looking good. You want me to check out. You want me to go to pick a picture na wewe tuende hizo road trips and do any other things. But if I expect from you, I'm a gold digger. So I don't think it works. It's only for the men. Yeah, that's my take. Thank you.
Karu, uko tayari?
Actually don't think it's like only men. I think it's both.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's both. I think it's more pronounced for men. But chini ya maji, it's both, right? Yeah. What I'll say, because it's quite, and thank God I was not here last week. Coming from a childhood trauma aspect, I'm a childhood trauma therapist. I'm also a youth mentor, but yeah, Gen Zs are quite a lot. Yeah, they're quite a lot. So one of the reasons why people don't want identities is coming from trauma and attachment wounds. Okay, so we look at the why. Why don't they want the titles and those titles? So number one could be childhood neglect, because who showed them that I am your father? So they don't know what title father is. So they just want to be ambiguous. Yeah, they didn't see a father figure in the home. So that's the soft copy they have. Yeah. Coming from a divorced family, family conflict, what they saw, abandonment, toxic relationships, right? Yeah. So this is more often about emotional protection than identity alone. So they don't want identity because of what happened in their childhood. And that's where we need to start from. So when we are tackling it from, I just want to have fun. Yeah, who showed them how to be responsible? Who showed them? Okay, you want to go on road trips, you don't want a title of a father. And I'm not just saying you, but these young people, who showed them? So it also goes back to parents. Yeah, and we just because we are raising Gen Zs doesn't mean discipline is different. It's the math. Y is equals to the constant, right? Parenting is parenting. Whether you're parenting a Gen Z, there are certain things that are constant. Yeah, because we are raising them for the next generation. So what are we raising them to do? Are we abandoning them? Are we telling them, you know what? Yeah, you're Gen Z, so yeah, you're okay. Yeah, do you. We are actually doing more harm as parents of Gen Zs than good. We are not raising people who are going to be, you see, again, do you. Doesn't work. That's not how life works. Okay. That's not how life works. So for me, I look at it from, the why. What happened? Why don't you want that identity? Who didn't show you? Are you wounded? Don't you want this emotional attachment because you are wounded? You're wounded.
I see.
Yeah.
Okay, Zuhura, karibu amke kwa kiti okay, yeah. But can we get your response after the break so that we do not rush you into, into it? But the question that we're asking you is, what is one sign that a relationship is moving forward? Calvin, this is on Facebook, says, always sitting on the other side of the fence. I love you too. Always be on this end of the bargain. Oh, Lord. Okay. And then someone here says, when you avoid the relationship or marriage as a man, that's a sign that is moving forward. I am confused.
What's up, wanasema aje?
Yeah.
The bottom line, why guys want titles, don't want titles, is economic. Period. There is no money, no job. It affects prestige, especially guys. Hakuna pesa. Pesa ndio kitu. It's economic, guys. See, in conversation, it is economic. When we come back, I know Dante, your hand was up too, and Miriam as well, and Brian as well. Oh, okay.
Everybody's hand is up. Yeah, everybody's hand is up. But yeah, watch out to debate. We'll be right back with more. But keep sending in your views, your comments, your questions, if you have them, on our WhatsApp number as well as on our digital platforms. Just stay with us. This show is your world. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the show. Okay, the show is your world. It's Relationship Tuesday, and we just like to understand. So if we do not label it, tunaenda wapi? Is it moving forward? Like you say,
tunaenda. But kuna vitu zimetokelezea kadha wa kadha.
Yes.
Ni to define hii kitu. Titles ziko. It's tusiende na ile tuliambiwa ama tuligrow up tukiona. Jueni mnafanya nini. Okay. Na kama uko na JD ya kukua girlfriend ama boyfriend. True. Ni nani alikufunza hizi vitu una decide you want for yourself?
Or you don't want.
Or you don't want.
Yeah.
Ni uliona wapi ama haukuona ndio shida. Yo.
Freedom, accountability, commitment. It's a whole lot of things that is happening here, okay? But we're asking you a very simple question this morning. And the question is, what is one sign that a relationship is moving forward? Do you know what? Like in my head, I'm thinking, there's the fact that kuna sign.
Yeah.
The interpreter of that sign and however they choose to interpret that sign.
Jesus. Or can we just ask each other, are we moving forward?
You know, like where we go. what is that one side that relationships? That's what we're asking you today, okay? But before we go through your feedback, Zuhura, are you okay? Are you breathing? Are you?
Ninapumua kama dragon. I am breathing fire.
Okay, go. Okay.
Okay, so kitu moja mimi nataka ku clarify. Okay, the sign to answer the question first is when you all are putting effort and you are in a place where you want to be.
Okay.
That is a sign that a relationship is moving forward.
Okay.
Wewe unataka hii, okay, I can provide that. Wewe unataka hii, I can provide that. Okay, tusonge mbele. If not, back off. Na kila mtu aende maisha yake.
Okay.
But mimi nime feel so much attacked venye amesema Gen Z, you are not responsible, you are not accountable.
Mnatoroka responsibility.
If kuna watu unajua they are very responsible are the Gen Zs.
Okay.
Now, the thing is, we are responsible to the truth. We are not responsible because you are forced by someone.
Okay.
Unaona? Okay. If you're gonna ask someone, why are you in this marriage? Atakwambia ako hapo because of the children or because of this and this. Hayuko hapo because anataka.
Okay.
But for us, mi nataka kukua hapo kwa sababu nataka. And you're being accountable to yourself.
Okay.
Because I'm here for myself. I'm not here because of you. Unaona? Because raising kids and everything, you don't have to raise a kid in a place where you all are not peaceful. If you are peaceful and you're okay with it, raise that kid. If not, chukua mtoto siku moja moja ukue na yeye umwambie this is how you do your life, this is how you're supposed to do your things, and life moves on.
Okay.
Unaona? Yeah. We don't want to be there because of the pressure. Unaona? Okay. So the thing is, being accountable, I'm being accountable to myself. I'm not being accountable to the society.
Themselves.
Which you think other generations
wamekuwa wakifanya. Okay. Anti yako anakuja anakuambia enda uvumilie kwa ndoa. Yeye mwenyewe umeona nywele yake venye iko. Yeye mwenyewe nywele person, are you there because you want, or are you there because the society has forced you to be there?
Okay.
And you're being accountable to the society, you're not being accountable to yourself. Na hiyo unajidanganya, that's not accountability. Hiyo ni kujidanganya wewe mwenyewe. So sisi wenyewe we are choosing that and we are talking it out. This is what I want and this is what I don't want. And that is how you're being accountable to yourself.
Okay.
And to the other person also.
I hear that. Like in self comes first.
Exactly.
Okay. I hear. Okay. Hey, you have a mic already.
Okay. Brian next.
They have raised a lot of answers, and I mean questions, and I want to answer them all. First, she said we are escaping responsibilities. We're not escaping responsibilities. We don't want titles that comes with pressure. You see, if I don't want to be someone's boyfriend, it's not that I'm escaping boyfriend's responsibility, because whoever he'll be with, I can take her to Diani or any place or party the whole weekend. That's not I'm responsible for her. If about family, I can be giving my kids school fees and everything, taking her to posh places. I'm still doing the responsibilities, but I don't want titles that comes with pressure. You know, everyone can be, every man can have a girlfriend, and every girl can have a man, but not every girl can be a good girlfriend. Not every man can be a good boyfriend. Everyone can be a father, even the madman in the street, even those chokoras, they are father. But not everyone can be an husband, a good husband. No, that's the point that she was saying. We want to be a father, but we don't want to be an husband. But tell me why. Why should I raise my kid in a toxic room, in a toxic family? We fighting each other every day. They're not sleeping. They see us. They see me altering once to their mother altering to me. Why can't we give them peace and love that they want? You can go stay with them for the whole week because they want to go to school. Then I can stay with them for the weekend. Then I can teach them my ways. You can teach them your ways, and then we come together even if, on a Saturday evening as a family. Then I go home, or you come to my place. Then you drive home. Those kids will have peace. Those kids will never be traumatized. Those kids will never stay until 2 a.m., 3 a.m. listening so that my father will not kill my dad, my mom, and my mom will not kill my father. Those things traumatize kids. They can never go to school and learn well because they're thinking about home. Oh, my mom, anaweza kualiuliwa na mzae. We don't want those things. You see, the problem is so many people hawataki kuishi na ukweli. You don't want to accept the reality and the truth of the matter. And now you can hear they saying it, only men wataki hizo nini, wanataka freedom. Everyone wants freedom. You see, ladies wanataka freedom but chini ya maji. Let me ask you, I want to give you a task today. Go to clubs, go to those online things. You want to wapi ni wengi. Ladies are all over. Ladies are they want freedom. You can tell a lady, oh, hey, you can't just say and sit here and do this, and they don't want. They want that freedom so that they can go. And you tell me someone who are long nails, how can he do all things that they're supposed to be done? If a cooking takes 30 minutes and you're taking 3 hours to cook because you have long nails, you're touching things like this. No, we don't have that. Okay, why should I be with you and you're wasting my time of eating? You're draining me, you see. And while that thing that you're taking 3 hours, I can take 30 minutes and cook for myself. I can do everything for myself. Then, if I can do everything for myself, I don't need a girl. I can just have someone mwenye. We're doing what keeps us together. That's the point. And about a sign, if you see, you're asking if what sign you can see.
What sign that the relationship is moving?
There can be fake signs. Yes, there can be fake signs. You know, you can go in the desert and you see, well, there's a green tree around, and you think there's a river there. When we go, unapata ni mto ilikuwa maji after kulinyesha maji ilipita hapo, so ile maji bado iko kwa soil. Hakuna river hapo, utakufa kiu. Okay, we Gen Z, we don't want to lie to each other. Hataki kudanganyana, ni kudanganya, ni kuweka na hopes. I will marry you, ama you my girlfriend, but siku ya harusi ushtuke, si mimi niliolewa. Guy. Those things are not happening today, but they was happen kitambo. Mtu anakaa hapa amekudanganya, anakuonyesha sign. Wacha nikwambie, ile mapenzi tamu ni uongo, anakufanyia kila kitu.
Why are we always looking at the negatives? Like, I do not want to be told. No, like positive, really good,
the first thing, the first thing in this world, you have to focus on negative sign to avoid disappointment and don't be with any expectations. You know, if today you know that in this job I can be fired any time and you accept and live with that, the day you will be fired, it will never trigger or affect you mentally or any place. You have to live with that negative side and tackle it, accept it. You know, these people that they don't want to be open and to say the truth.
Okay.
Today, you're the only person who is responsible for yourself, for your life. Let me tell you one thing. 25 years ago, or whatever old you was, there's a time ungekaa 2 hours kama uko kwa nyumba ama uko place mzazi anakuona but akose kukupigia simu. Oh, where are you? What are you doing? Now we spend even years without seeing them, even them without seeing them. Nani our mothers, people who gave birth to us. You get my point? So even your kids, unaskuta wachilia. So you're the only person who is responsible for yourself. When you die today, this world will never head, but your world will head. Now be on top of your world. Do whatever makes you happy.
Okay.
Thank you.
Brian.
All right. So first to answer the question, the sign that relationship is moving the right way. A couple of them, according to me. The first one is congruence. The second one is movement. Congruence in the sense that your realities come together, and then there's like there's a convergence in terms of your goals, of your visions, of where you are moving towards, and then the movement part. The movement now talks to intentionality that somebody mentioned. All right. Now the second thing that I want to talk about, which you've brought up, and I'm going to build on it effectively. Why people do not focus on the positive. Now for me, I want to focus on the positive. Exactly. I'm a filmmaker. That was introduced before. Before I was a filmmaker, photography is sort of what anchored me into that. Now I'm going to speak from experience rather than abstract on what photography has done for me in regard to this topic that we are talking about. Being a photographer has exposed me to a lot of good things that I wish some of you here had the experiences that I've had in terms of how beautiful and how in good light this thing can actually be. I've had the opportunity to travel, to be welcome to families, to be able to capture when children turn one. Birthday parties have been in a lot of baby showers, a lot of weddings, a lot of bridal showers. So it's not necessarily a lens that I'm pointing towards what's happening. To me, it's never just a vocation. It's an experience into something that people hold dear in their lives. And I can say for sure from experience that there's plenty of beautiful relationships out there, plenty of beautiful marriages out there. It's just that some of us have not been in a position to experience that. Yeah. Another thing, I want to say that life is a a product of alignment, and this is why. Whatever you feed, whatever force in your mind, whatever you consume a lot, that sort of influences your output. Okay? Yeah. So when you focus on negativity, even if something as simple as your wife not calling you when you are in a relationship, your mind will be tuned to be looking at the dangers. All right, she did not call, this thing is falling apart. Your wife farts inside the duvet when you are sleeping, you are like, yeah. You understand? But when you borrow from positivity, when positivity is what influences you, now empowers you to be able, even those the challenges that people experience in relationships, there's a certain way in which your heart is cushioned against them, such that when they happen, you are like, okay, it's just another bad day in the office. Tomorrow we'll wake up stronger and things will be better. Yes.
Okay. I hear that.
We have a microphone over there.
Okay.
And then we'll come to this side.
Before I respond to him and everybody else, I'll first respond to the question. What is a sign that the relationship is moving? The first sign that it has to be a healthy relationship, the first sign is that there is communication. As long as there's a relationship, there's communication. You did not just wake up one day and decide to become my girlfriend. I asked you to become my girlfriend, or you asked me to become your boyfriend. For those who've never been proposed to, gentlemen, it happens. It happens. So you have to ask. So if I want to take the next step in the relationship, I'll ask you if you're comfortable with it, because being in a relationship is not a one-person thing. She said that you're taking care of yourself. If you want to take care of yourself, stay alone. You're in a relationship because you're cohabiting. Because we are together, we have to be two people. That means my interests should, if they do not align to yours, that your interests should make sense to mine. It means that you cannot be interested in watching a soap and I hate it, and we have to argue about the same thing every day. We're not children. We can just communicate and decide this is not working. So that is if a relationship is progressing, there's an ease of communication. It's like a company, whereas if communication from the top to the bottom works, that means that it's functional, it's going forward. And then there was the one who said that Gen Zs are not responsible. Is there
your neighbor?
They're running away.
It was you. Let me ask you a question.
Yes.
Which other generation has stood up to leadership apart from Gen Zs? Which other generation has called out bad leadership openly, without fear, without... Yes, it is Gen Zs. So you cannot say that we're not responsible. We are, in fact, the most responsible generation that there has been. Maybe Mau Mau were more responsible. You are not there. We don't know. But we are here now. And we've seen what our parents are doing, what our grandparents have been doing, what our older siblings, the millennials, have been doing. And we've decided, no, what you're doing is not right. Because aside from, I think the main problem with the older generations is that they were conditioned. In school, we were taught about conditioning, where there was Pavlov's dog and the bell. So you've been conditioned that if a certain person is, for instance, if in a family, if your husband says this, that is the law. But that does not make sense right now. And one last thing is, I think people need to understand, I think that it was the lady at the far end saying that I want to enjoy wifely benefits, yet I'm not giving anything. That means that that is all you have to offer. If that is all you have to offer, then see, I can just go buy, but there are people who sell. So if you want to be taken to be of worth to someone, understand what is worth to them, so that you can be worth something to them. For instance, if for me, mental and emotional support is what matters, that will, the person who gives me mental and emotional support will matter more than the person I sleep with. I can sleep with you every day, but I don't care about you. But there's a person I go to. That is the person I might actually end up marrying, because that's the person I'm okay living with. The thing, and also we do not understand that we're in a transitional time. This is the first, Gen Zs are the first generation who interacted with the internet. That means that we have from all over the world. It means I know. Okay, the proper internet.
Proper internet.
Yes. Not not a button phone. Not a button phone. You can hardly see. You can hardly see on that Katululu. So now we have smartphones. That means that I know what a person from India is doing. I know what a person from now we know Cape Verde has very beautiful ladies. We know all those things. So we have to understand that this is a generation that has picked up a lot from other people. But that does not mean that there are things that do not work.
Okay.
He said that there are positives. There are marriages that work. That means that a marriage that works in the US is probably going to work in Kenya. It is not necessarily going to work, but it might. So it is your duty to learn from your experiences to build towards what you want to be. Because most Gen Zs, I think the oldest Gen Z is probably 28 or 27. So that means that we still have time to put our lives together, right? So hurrying up to marry just because of everything, that does not make sense. Okay. So yes, I think those are my points.
Yeah. Okay. But do we go through feedback and then?
Yes. Okay. Mumia.
I have real issues with my brother. This caprice, this sense of entitlement that Gen Zs are very unique, I think is terribly flawed, because if you look at the country, this country, we have always had people who have fought for good leadership. You guys were not born, but in 2007, there was a huge crisis in this country when you were in the wombs of your mothers. People were in the streets dying and fighting for good leadership. And that is how we got the new constitution. And of course, the fight has been a long one. If you go back to the 1970s, you might have heard, if you're a student of history, that we've had people like Oneko, people like Orengo, who are still actually fighting for good leadership, people like J.M. Kariuki, who died because of detention and so on. So this entitlement with Gen Zs, and they are the ones who know everything, you don't. You're just... You are newcomers in a journey that people have participated in, and it's a long journey, and it's an ongoing journey. So don't have that sense of we know everything, we are the ones who now understand everything. Coming back to relationships, I think most relationships, I'm more skeptical. I think most relationships will fail. I'm not that optimistic, because when you meet somebody and you start dating them, I think most of the time we set the rules, and that's what I talked about, meaning, and we now agree. But over time, just the fact that individuals do change, and just the fact that at the age of 20, you're not the same person at 40, chances of relationships failing then become very, very high. And when we're discussing meaning, that's why I normally, I said meaning is really a spectrum. Today, what you mean to me is not what you will mean to me tomorrow, and vice versa. So I'm not very optimistic about relationships. I do think that what people need to do is to be very open to the idea that if those changes take place, then the meaning of who we are could also change, right?
Okay.
And if those changes, if the meaning then changes, we should be open to also saying it is no longer working. Let us move on. Okay. But this optimistic view that, and that's why we are having this debate, because everybody has this, you have to be this, I have to be this. I think people need to be a bit more flexible in, does meaning remain constant over a long period of time? And my answer is no. And that is why relationships are always in a crisis. My Gen Z brothers and sisters, you will get into relationships, I can guarantee you, they will collapse so catastrophically. You will need a lot of counseling. But that will happen simply because the nature of relationships is that people do change. What you are today, even the way you guys are talking today, if you start dating today, 20 years, my sister here, who is a Gen Z, will not be thinking the same way. Might even be thinking, I don't even want a relationship anymore. So what happens if you're the husband? something is going to change, all right? So I think I'm not as optimistic about relationships, but I also think people need to be flexible. Meaning does change, and why meaning changes is that people actually grow in and out of very many situations.
I had so much feedback. I love to debate. I have so many questions. One of them is, Mumia, see, they can also change for the better. I mean, why does it always have to be for the worse?
Yeah. So if we cannot run away from the fact that people do change over time,
yes.
True or false? That's like a fact.
Okay.
Right? So we can't run away from that. So if the relationship then is sustained, it is sustained because people really, really want to be in them for reasons other than the fact that change did not happen. Change still happened, but people are saying, let me be here because of the children. Let me be here because of, it can also be societal, pressure. Let me be here because our religion says, marriage is this.
Let me be here because I love you really. Like, the love has grown even better and bigger. I see you more handsomer today. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but Carol, very quickly, then we go through feedback.
I think when you get into a relationship, what you're saying, I think what you're calling meaning is if a man chooses, I'm going to marry this girl, you're going to be my wife. Yes, seasons will change, but the meaning, what you're saying meaning, it's still the same. So when you get married to her, she's still a girl. Well, she's still a damsel. And then it gets to, then she gets to be a mother, then she gets to be a grandmother. You get, seasons do change, but the meaning and the reason why you guys got together still
what I mean like do you still mean something to me? Do I still find you to be the person that you were 20 years ago? Do I want to be with you? So things do change. You cannot say like we'll be the same in 20 years in a relationship.
And that they change doesn't mean that as they say, love changes. Yes, we're going to have, seasons are going to change. I'm going to be wrinkly at some point. You're not going to find me as attractive as the first time you saw me. So are you still going to look at me? Is the outward beauty going to be a determinant of, now, so you to wrinkled up or port up? I don't think this is what I signed up for. Or is it going to be consistent that it is going to be what is on the inside?
What's wrong with somebody not liking wrinkles?
That I won't like your wrinkles as well.
That's the point. That's exactly the point.
So if
and that is immaturity. That is the intention. Correct.
Yeah. Because if you're marrying me because of my aesthetics,
correct,
then granted, a couple of years coming, my aesthetics will not be the same. My face will be drooping. So if your intention was to keep an aesthetically beautiful woman and that's what you're gonna love, then that's your choice. And I wouldn't call that love, because love is choosing over and over and over to be with this person. Love is not a feeling. It's a choice. So are you choosing, when you agree to be in this relationship with someone, are you choosing to be with this person for their soul, on a soul level, or an aesthetic level? Because that's what's going to keep you there. If it's on a soul level, yes, people change because of experiences, but the soul, the person still remains to be the same. You weather the storms together, the storms will chip you. The same thing you find when stones are in a river. The way the stones start a draft, by the time, stones don't end. By the time its end is coming, let me just put it that way, it's completely smooth because of how much it has been sharpened by that river. The experiences cultivate you, they make you to be something else. So the question is, are you going to grow together? Are you agreeing to grow together through those storms? Are you going to choose me through those storms? But unfortunately, if you chose me just for the aesthetics, my wrinkles will come. And those are just signs of a full-weathered woman, full-weathered man weathering through the storms. Choice.
Okay. Let's saw feedback. Okay, this one says, I remain anonymous. I once asked a very close friend whom we had started to develop something, who are we? And his response was, we are who who we are. Anyway, 1 year down the line, we are great friends and no strings attached.
Ooh, at least I can be we are good.
Yeah, we are good.
I feel like it's all about awareness in a way that you know your partner very well in order to be certain about your trust. I mean, you cannot bite what you cannot chew. Morning, fam. Mikali, you look gorgeous today. Hallelujah. Not leaving Winnie out, okay? Now, my opinion is... It's not that we all don't want titles. I feel like it's brought about by the environment we lived in, lest we forget in either a friendship or a relationship, the core problem, in my guess, is expectations. The solution might be awareness. I mean, if you're aware that your partner lacked a father figure in his life, you just know that title is way more overwhelming than it seems.
Ooh, okay. Then this one says, if you do not understand women, you can't lead them. A lady would rather be a fifth wife to a rich man than the first wife to a broke man. If you're a man, just make money. Then it will be easier to lead a woman. For instance, Diamond Platinum's Zuchu recently gave birth, knowing Tanasha and the others have been there. Hey. Tumerudi kwa economic. Tumerudi.
Hello, I kind of need some relationship advice, and I hope my question isn't off topic. My girlfriend and I attend the same campus, but we're currently on holiday. She has always told me that her parents are very strict, and I completely understand and respect that. However, what I don't understand is how she doesn't seem to have even 5 minutes in a whole day to text me or simply ask how my day has been. I've always been the one initiating conversations. I text her every day, but sometimes she leaves my messages unread up to 24 hours without responding. I also try to call her regularly, but there are times when she declines my calls or doesn't answer them at all. What makes it even more confusing is that she's active on social media. She has time to watch TikTok videos and scroll through reels, yet she rarely finds time to send me even a simple message or check in on me. All this has made me feel like I'm the only one putting effort into the relationship, and it's becoming emotional draining. I feel like everything revolves around her, while my feelings and needs seem to be overlooked. I don't want to feel like I'm dating myself. I believe, I believe a healthy relationship should involve communication, effort, and commitment from both partners. I truly love her, and when we're together at campus, she makes me feel loved. But ever since we went on holiday, everything has changed. I'm starting to feel confused and exhausted. Am I expecting too much, or my feelings are valid? What would you advise me to do in this situation?
Okay, we'll answer that.
Yes.
We'll answer that, right? Lakini kunika na consensus. Wait, okay. This one says, the reason most of us don't want is because we don't want the commitment. I think they're talking about titles. The reason why most of us don't want titles is because we do not want the commitment that comes with the titles. I do not want to take a title without being ready first, because I want to be true to myself and not be forced by society or anyone. Another one says, hello, this is Henry. And a big sign that a relationship is moving forward is when two people work towards learning each other while in the relationship. I believe knowing someone deeply takes a lot of dedication and devotion.
Hey.
Okay.
Kuna, it is clear to hear the trauma and the damage. We are in this situation with the youth because of the failures of society. Also, freedom comes with responsibility. The ability to make choices and act without restraint entails an obligation to accept the consequences of those actions and consider their impact on others.
Kuna ya Gen Z. Hey, TV. I am a Gen Z. But I think it's completely ridiculous to want commitment or loyalty from someone and not acknowledge it as a relationship. I think the point is learning from the failures of older generations and embracing the positives we've seen, and most importantly, to live our lives for us and not for the society, and do whatever it takes to protect that, no matter what. But let's not lose the plot.
Oh, I would like to correct that guy.
Hey.
Every generation thinks the next one is weaker until that generation ends up changing the world. As a Gen Z, we live in the most competitive world ever. We face higher living costs, fewer job opportunities, and constant global competition.
Yes.
Yet we keep adapting, learning new skills, and creating our own opportunities.
Interesting. Keep them coming, okay? Very interesting views and perspectives that we're getting today. And just going back to then the question on if we do not define it, then where is it going or what does it mean and what not? And I think that is what I started by asking. Does that then leave room for infidelity, for just anyone to come in and go as they please? Because, hey, we've not defined it.
Yeah.
So what are we doing? What are we doing? What? To define it.
I know, Brian, you had your hand up for quite a bit.
Okay.
I don't know, to answer the question and to also hear the comment that you heard from earlier.
Thank you. I've been keeping this thing like a secret to me.
Okay.
Like, I'm waiting to be rich, then I said, but for today...
It's okay. It's okay. It's a safe space.
So last year, I've been in Muranga University campus.
Okay.
So by God's grace, I found a beautiful girlfriend. The girl was beautiful.
Yes.
The girl from Mulima. The girl was
closer to the mic.
The girl was very, very beautiful.
Yes.
She truly loves me. At that time we started.
Yeah.
She paid all my rents. We were staying in one bedroom.
She paid the rent.
What?
And you show us your ways.
Even wait for him to finish.
Okay, Brian, please continue. Sorry.
Okay.
I don't know if she'll keep it, but let me say the truth.
No. Say it. Yes.
So she paid all the rents. We were staying together.
Speak closer to the mic.
We were staying together. She was going home because I'm from Migori and she was from Nyahururu.
Okay.
So the distance is quite... She's bringing for me food. We never lacked anything. So there's a time now we are staying together. Things start changing. So we were dating, but everything, any problem was solved through using the phone, asking ChatGPT. You see? That agency. So she was everything. Tukifanya mistake, looking at the phone, and the friends too.
Okay.
So there's a question that I wanted to answer, but I almost killed myself. I stayed in the hospital for a good 2 weeks because of her. When now she was leaving me, I had no other person. Okay. This long holiday, she was checking up on me every morning. What are you going to do today? You see? Everything. The love was sweet. I think I can tell you that I could give you an example of love. If you see me, I was loved.
Oh, it's a
but after that, what I learned after that, that you own nobody.
Yeah.
The only male friend that came, there were only 3 people. They paid the bills. It was around 20K. Friends that were in the campus.
Yeah.
My parents never contributed because love. I was in love.
Oh.
She was not there.
Okay.
Nilikunywa Kisumu sijui ngapi 3. So what I want to say, we are talking about Gen Z and millennials.
Yeah.
The problem with Gen Z, the love is in the phone and we want to copy from people. So if now I come to you that I love you, you might like me first. She liked me first. I accepted that. And people advised that now we can be together. We went for these church events. This was my secret, but so we were advised, you look together nice, you are okay.
Yeah.
We stayed together. The only day, it was 1 year, we dated for 1 year. She tried her best, we tried our best. There's a point, even I blocked the counselor that she looked for me, that was advising me because of love. So I want to say that before you enter into a relationship, none is going to stay forever. You're going to be impeached anytime. Anytime. So that's why if you say that, nowadays people say that if you're married, you have achievement. That's not achievement. If you have a nice boyfriend, you see it like achievement. It's not achievement. A rich boyfriend is not achievement. The goal is you yourself.
Yeah.
Right now, I was thin. If you could look my phone or my pictures, I'm totally different person.
Okay.
I even deferred, nilianguka mtihani because of love. So this was my secret, but actually
But thank you for telling us, and thank you for trusting us.
I was waiting for the time, but I know one day, one time, I'll be that rich person that I waited.
You will be fine. You will be great.
You will be.
Yeah.
And it's taken a lot of courage for you to do that. Sijui kama Miriam uko na words of encouragement to your desk.
No, Miriam was like, yeah, okay.
I've been talking with Brian. While we're here, just to be honest, I think just a few moments that we've had of interaction with Brian, I must say he's one of the most resilient people I've met, because even as he's talking, you can hear he's not talking from a place of bitterness, but from a place of learning from his mistakes. You know, one thing that he said I think is so important is that you cannot own anyone. You cannot own anyone. The only person that you're responsible for, even in a relationship, and I will always say this, is yourself.
It's yourself,
and your own actions. How you show up in a relationship is your responsibility. Who do I want to be in this relationship, and how do I want to show up for the other person because of who I see myself as and what my ethos as a person are. You know, how do I want to treat other people the way I want to be treated? So you're only responsible for yourself. You see, for him, he's saying he's never been loved like that. And I'm sure that girl loved him. It's just, I guess at some point she decided she's going a different direction. She chose to go a different direction. But that doesn't mean that while she was in that relationship, she didn't show up the way she should have shown up. And that's why he's saying, he would not be saying I was loved if she didn't show up the way she was supposed to show up. Unfortunately, some relationships come to an end. I always say every relationship, even in a family, even in friendships, every relationship has a season. Some relationship, the mistake we make is to take relationships that are seasonal to be lifetime. Every relationship, whoever steps into your life, whether it's for 2 minutes, 5 seconds, even us being here, comes to teach you something. There are so many things we've learned. They come to teach you something. They come to make you different, for you, to prepare you for your next season, you know, to transform you, or to take away something from you that you didn't need for the next season. So sometimes we will take a seasonal relationship to be a lifetime relationship. I'm not saying it doesn't hurt. It hurts.
It does.
Being a counseling psychologist, I've had terrible stories. Terrible stories, and one for a counseling psychologist in marriage and relationships. I've had terrible stories. But that doesn't mean you stop choosing being in a relationship, because one thing I have always, and I'm so sure of, we were not created to live in isolation. If we were, we would never be born in families. In fact, we'd just be dropped or found, come from heaven, or just be dropped and found, you know. We are born in families because we were never ever created to be in isolation. What we get from each other, the sense of belonging, is so important. I don't know whether you've heard of these experiments where it's a cruel experiment where babies are born, and there are some who will be taken through a form of touch, a form of coddling, and there are others who are left in isolation with nobody touching them, nobody comforting them when they cry, you know. And they have found that those who are not comforted and touched, they actually die, not from any ailment, not from anything that can be noted, but they died from loneliness and isolation. Right? I don't know if I've been privileged enough to listen to this book, the five things I've learned from the dying. One of the things the dying say in their 1 hour to 30 minutes of is I wish I loved more. I wish I was loved. You know, I wish I didn't isolate myself so much. I think my life would have been so much better. We are not created to live in isolation. We are created to belong to one another. What we have done is distort that so much to a point of wanting to own somebody, wanting to control someone, wanting to make other people like us. I want to love you the way I want to be loved, not the way you want to be loved. How many times do you ask those who are in a relationship? How many times do you ask your partner, how do you want to be loved? How do you want me to show up for you? Right? We show up the way we want to be shown up for. We love the way we want to be loved, even in our families.
Yeah.
How do we show up for our family members? Is it the way they want to be showed up for, or is it the way we want?
Yeah.
So it's selfishness and distortions of what we are seeing in social media. So for Brian, I think I just want to commend you. Thank you so much for sharing your story. You're sharing your story because you're healed. Right? You're sharing your story because you want to bring healing to other people. But it also shows you're a very resilient person. And resilience will get you far.
Yes, and don't give up on love, please. Because you have so much love to give and you have so much love to receive. Yeah.
I need to quickly say this. I do live alone. I am not dating.
Okay.
I've never married in my life. This idea, and there's nobody who calls me, who texts me every morning to remind me, Mommy.
Good morning.
No, I'm on TikTok, but it's not like I don't have a relationship with TikTok. That's just what I do.
Yeah.
But I'm saying I don't have this lady, mwenye anaamkanga asubuhi kuniambia babe umelalaje. I don't have that person.
Do you desire?
I don't feel like I am an empty vessel in the world because I don't have a relationship. I must disagree with my sister. My sister is pushing this idea that we all need some sort of relationship. I think what we really need is to have people around us, a community. For example, I do have friends, meaningful friends. But the point I was getting from you is that you need this one person. Oh, okay. So it's just So what I'm just saying here is that, then building from the story of my brother, that is exactly what is going to happen to you in future, because as I said, most relationships are going to, and I know people want to be loved for a long time, and people want to feel loved, and you want to be in relationships long-term, consistent. The reality